Who was your sports hero growing up? For many boys in the late 50s and early 60s, these men seemed bigger than life. But not so for young Dale Earnhardt. His sports heroes were racing drivers, men like Rex White and Jim Pascal. But his favorite driver of them all was his dad, Ralph.
My father was always the best as far as I was concerned. And racing was exciting in his day, and I grew up around it, and it just seemed to, that's all there ever was to me, was racing.
Dale Earnhardt grew up in the town of Kannapolis, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte. And they take their racing seriously in Kannapolis. The Earnhardt family home is at the corner of Coach and Sedan Streets, a short block from V8 Street. Most of today's stock car drivers learned to drive on the street, and so did Dale. But he also got a lot of pointers in his own backyard.
Out back was Dad's garage, where father and son spent time together working on cars. But to Mom, it seemed to be too much time.
I threatened to leave his dad when he started racing.
Really?
And he said, you know, I said, well, if you can't beat him, you have to join him sometime.
Yeah.
And I asked Dale, tried to get Dale not to drive, but that's what he wanted to do, so.
It's a strong attraction, isn't it?
It really is. It was born in him, I do believe.
Ralph Earnhardt did not live long enough to see his son emerge as a star, but that's exactly what Dale is today. Rookie of the Year in 1979, Driver of the Year in 1987. Dale won 11 of 29 races last season. His approach to his sport originates with some advice he picked up from his father a long time ago.
It relates to Winston Cup racing today, the patience, the waiting for the right chance, you know, working a man.
I'm not sure about the patience, but Dale knows about working a car as well as a man. His hell-for-leather approach often puts him on a collision course with other drivers. A willingness to mix it up on the track has gotten him into trouble. NASCAR has levied fines and placed him on probation for rough driving on occasion, and his style has won him little support on pit road.
I could have beat him, and there was no problem about it, but if a man's got to put you out to beat you, that ain't what I call racing.
I don't think NASCAR would find Dale Earnhardt for what he did at Richmond. I think he'd find him for all the things he's done leading up to Richmond.
Earnhardt's defenders claim he gets as much as he gives, and that his daring approach is what the fans pay to see. Flat out, hard driving by a man who considers second place no place.
How did he respond to the press criticisms of rough riding this past racing season?
What can he say? It's opinion.
Someone else's.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone has an opinion.
I think it's always been a positive, aggressive style of racing. I go out there with it in my mind that we've got a shot at winning this race, and I'm going there to try to win it.
To see if Dale drives as aggressively on the city streets as he does on the tracks, I went out for a spin with him.
I think I'm more alert driving on a two-lane road than I am on the racetrack, though, because you never know what this other guy coming at you has been doing. So, you know, you got to be careful on the highway.
You brake for animals, Dale?
To a point. You know, you could get in trouble. You try to avoid any danger, whether it be an animal or what, but if you don't want to hit a car head-on to missing the dogs.
The animal world has nothing to fear, at least as long as Dale keeps up his winning way. And for now, both Earnhardts are enjoying the benefits that come with being chosen Driver of the Year. It's been a long road from his Kannapolis, North Carolina upbringing to the big time. Now, Dale has finally achieved the ultimate measurement of success in America today. There's a music video in his name.
The checkered flag is falling. Here comes old number 3, carrying Dale to another victory. The fans are all standing, yelling, "You're number 1! Earnhardt, you're the champion!"
Well, right now, the number 1 is